For the past couple months, I've been working with Christopher Ward to design a Bespoke 12 that will be sold to members of the Horological Society of Utah, of which I'm a member. I'm a founding board member. We meet monthly as watch collectors here in Utah. We have educational events. We have brands come present. We've had Oris and Seiko and JLC and Longa and Formex and a host of others come to specific meets in our state. We're actually having Christopher Ward come out in August of this year, and I'm really looking forward to that. But we also have watch marketplace nights or watch swaps. We do service opportunities. We do a lot of fun things on a monthly basis here in Utah. So if you are not a member, you live in the region, and you're interested in joining, I'll place a link in the description of the video. Now, this is the watch. These are renderings that Christopher Ward created that illustrate the intent of the design. So we have a 40 millimeter stainless steel 12, the best selling watch in the product catalog, and we've customized it with a custom dial, a chapter ring, and a date wheel. And then we're also doing a custom case back as well. But from across the room, this will just look like a black dial 12, very versatile, a little conservative, certainly very sharp and could go in any situation or activity. But when you get up closer, you see the nuances, you see the layers, you see the gloss and the reflections and the texture, and it becomes a very dynamic, very exciting watch. Now, the texture is a little bit different from the twin flags repeating texture on a production version of the 12. I really enjoy those dials. This one is a repeating geometric hex pattern, so it feels at home within the product catalog. Other than being black, I don't believe there's a twin flags texturized black dial in the catalog yet. And then it has a subtle tie to the state of Utah. So Utah is known as the beehive state. So we actually have a honeycomb texture here in honor of being the beehive state. And with the gloss reflective dial, it should remind you somewhat of how honey glistens in honeycomb. So yes, it looks at home within the Christopher Ward lineup, but it's also regionally specific. It is, it's tied into Utah with some fun Easter eggs. And I think this is more nuanced and more layered than if we were to just slap on a logo on the dial, HSU on the dial. That could work in some instances, but this has some more depth and meaning to it, and I think a stronger design. Now, if you notice, the dial has no superfluous text. There is no automatic designation. There's no water resistance designation. The star of the show is the dial. It's the texture. It's the execution of this intricate design. And I think that speaks for itself. Now, another thing about this, there is a blackout date wheel at the 6 o'clock position, and this will, help lend to strength and visual symmetry of the dial. But instead of having white as the date color, the date color will be a honeycomb yellow, and that's also found on the rehat or the chapter ring at the 9 o'clock position. So this is the 45 marker, and this is a subtle nod to Utah becoming the 45th state in the United States. So again, you don't probably notice this at first glance, but upon closer inspection, you see that little Easter egg, and it's just a fun regional nod again to the place where we collect watches. Now let's turn the watch over and take a look at the case back. What we have here is a screening on the sapphire crystal. It's a black circle that ties into the gloss black texturized dial, and then it mostly covers the case back. You can still see hints of the balance oscillating. You can still see hints of the rotor spinning around and winding the mainspring, but you're not seeing the entirety of this Solita movement. And so the intent with that is to show that yes, this is an automatic watch. It is a mechanical piece, but you're not looking at the finishing. You're not looking at the plates. You're not looking at the bridges. You're seeing a color that's found on the dial, and then you're seeing our society branding done in a transparency. So HSU, you'll be able to see through this to the tiny components beyond. And I think that's quite fun. Now, there's also another Easter egg down offset of that. There is 801 done in that honeycomb yellow, and that is in reference to Utah's first area code 801. And that's the design. It really is very similar to a 12. All of the other components will be the same markers, the same hands, the same sapphire crystal and bracelet and crown and clasp. All of it's the same outside of the color, outside of the dial, outside of the chapter ring, the date wheel, and the screening on that sapphire crystal. So again, a watch that I think looks pretty safe from a distance, but up close is very dynamic, very nuanced and layered. A watch that you could wear in any situation. Now, this watch will come in co-branded packaging of Christopher Ward and the Horological Society of Utah. The retail price will be the exact same as the production versions of the 12. So you don't have to overpay or pay a premium for a custom dial, a highly limited run. All of that's included in the price. And the other thing that's included in the price is all of the import fees, taxes, shipping. This is an all-inclusive price. And I do appreciate that as a watch fan. So, if you are interested in this watch, if you would like to buy one, what do you do next? Christopher Ward has asked me to compile a list of names of everyone who's interested in buying this. So just send me an email. My email is in the description. It's also printed here on the screen. Just send me an email with your name and tell me if you're interested in buying this watch, and I'll put you on the list. This is to demonstrate to Christopher Ward that we have enough interested people to go into production. And I recognize there may be some drop off from this initial interest list to those who actually go through, pay for the watch, and get the watch later in the year. And that's totally okay. If you're interested, I want to know. Please send me an email. Now, how do you go about actually buying the watch when we're ready and at that stage? What Christopher Ward will do is they'll place a special section on their website that's just for this watch, and you'll need a password to get on. They'll share that password with us. When the time is right, you'll log on to the website and then you'll pay Christopher Ward directly. Again, you can opt for this on bracelet. You can opt for this on rubber. You can bundle both options together if you want to mix it up on different days. All of the shipping, all of the fees, they're all included. And then Christopher Ward, when it's complete, will send you the watch directly to the address that you provide. You can pay in full, you can make payments, you can use PayPal credit. It should be a very easy system. Again, all done on a private section of Christopher Ward's website. Now let's end with a couple questions that I'm anticipating that we might get in the comment section. What if you are interested in this watch, but you're not quite sure if you're ready to pull the trigger? Can you still email me and let me know that you're interested? And the answer is absolutely. Again, if you have any interest, I want to know about it. Send me an email. I recognize there may be some drop off. Now, what if you live outside of Utah, but you like the design? Maybe you have ties to the state of Utah. Can you still order this watch? And the answer would be yes. We hope this is available to anyone and everyone interested. We think the design and concept is that good, but we do ask that you become a supporting member of the Horological Society of Utah. Again, a link is below, and you are more than welcome to travel out. Let's say you live in a neighboring state or something. Please travel out to any of our monthly events. Follow us on Instagram. We do swag. We do exclusive events. We're having a Christopher Ward event in August that we would love to have you come out to and hear a presentation from the brand, kind of exclusive behind the scenes stuff. We would love that. So yes, it's open to anyone and everyone, but we do ask that you become a supporting member of the HSU. And again, a link will be below. If you have any other questions, please let me know. I'll do my best to answer those. You can ask them in the comment section. You can send me a direct email if you wish, and I'll definitely answer your questions. Thank you again. I hope you like this design. I can't tell you how excited I am, how awesome Christopher Ward has been to work with throughout this process. A lot of people don't know that Christopher Ward does a lot of bespoke watches that are not heralded. They're not talked about very much, in watch collector circles, but they work with various businesses, large and small. They work with different military squadrons around the globe. They work with charities and sports teams. They do a lot of custom stuff, and they've been awesome in this process. So again, thank you for watching today. Let me know if you're interested, and I'll see you in the next one.